Hey, Nispoe here. So this is the Kingpin Hydro Copper kit. I actually picked this up when it first came out, but it's been kind of sitting on the shelf for quite a while. And this is just because I just don't have time. I was actually messing around with, I think, the Z490 at the time, and I had a 10900K, had the Kingpin, and um, the Kingpin, I actually took apart the the what do you call it? I guess it was the hybrid. So it had this block that was kind of on the front of it, and then had the Azetek cooler going to a radiator that was kind of mounted to it. So I actually took that apart and had some fun trying to see if I could actually cool it down further. I did have intentions or plans at one point to do liquid nitrogen, but again, I'd never done it before, so I started with doing liquid nitrogen with the CPU first. Um, but anyways, I thought I'd at least do maybe a little bit like an unboxing. I've actually opened this up, but I could actually show the contents. And I think this is the weekend where I'm going to take this and try to actually put it onto the Kingpin, and then use it with my other card and then reset up the SLI. I have an XE3, and that card, I was using it in SLI mode with the other card that I had, the Kingpin. Because the cards, if you can believe it, they kind of match each other in size, in height. So that way, then you can kind of SLI. The For the win cards, actually, they're taller, so you can't actually pair a Kingpin with the For the Win, and maybe something I'll show later on because I was hoping that I could do that, and it turns out I can't. So, anyways, let's see here. So the box itself is pretty straightforward. Kind of the, I guess, standard fare. Let's see here. I wanted to show you this kit because it's pretty cool. I've never seen so much copper, I guess, on stuff, and I think it's one of those beautiful metals, actually. Very, very pretty to look at. The box had this kind of setup guide that was there. You've got to take apart the card, obviously, or at least the cooling that's on the card. And then they give you kind of these other components and parts with it. They've got this kind of like thermal paste, or it's kind of like a putty, actually. And I'm using now the different material from Fuji Poly, and it looks like they give you kind of all the screws and bits that you need. What I did like about this kit was that it had this one slot kind of mounting kit. What you normally have is a two slot kit, or a mounting bracket that's put on the Kingpin or the 3090. And let's see here, let me kind of take this out. You have this, and it looks like thermal pads, I believe, in the bottom here. Yeah, these are probably the thermal pads that you would use. I believe what I'll probably do is use the thermal pads that they give, and then measure the performance. And that's just a cover, so that's pretty nice. Okay, just put that back there. Let's throw this stuff back here and mess with it later. Just want to kind of store this stuff well, so that way later on I don't lose anything. My house is always full of like stuff that I'm playing around with. So let's put that away. Let's see here, and here is the hydro copper card, or the cooler. The XE3, I couldn't get a hydro copper, so what I ended up doing was using the EC or EK water block. The EK water block, what's interesting is that they have this front block, and then they have the back block that kind of cools the back the back side of the card. The back side of the card has memory that the PCB actually has memory on the front and the back. So what I found is even on the Kingpin, the if you can cool the back side, the metal plate even on the back, it goes a long way, and you can kind of see here all the copper there. You can see the reflection of the camera that's up there. But this should be very, very fitted. I do like that it's this whole one-piece copper as well, so it should be very effective at cooling. So I kind of put that back. That's how, yeah, just like that. So it's a very, very pretty car, I guess, block. It has RGB as well, but I'm not too fond of RGB. But the work that they put into this is pretty significant. You can kind of take a look here. It's very amazing, actually. It's really, really impressive. So I'm looking forward to kind of putting this into place and then kind of showing this off a bit. But yeah, there it is. That's the Kingpin water block. I guess the hydro copper for the Kingpin 3090 card. I think that's all I have. Yep, that's all that's there. Peace out.